So today, guys, as you just seen, I'm going to go ahead and set up my Eno, and I'm going to show you some of the mods that I've done to it, which you guys have probably already seen, but we'll get started. So anyways, you know, they have the buckles on it. I just unbuckled it and pulled the top on it. Now, just inside here, I have some nylon straps. Now, these aren't anything special, at least at the moment. Can't remember, these may have came off of some compression straps that I had laying around. I didn't do anything special here either, guys. I just bent it over, tied a knot in it to create a loop. And these are about arm width as far as length. When I spread it apart, let me put this down, I'll show you. If you can see it. See, one arm to the next. That's all they are. So anyway, all I do for this here, guys, is I just take the end with the loop, wrap it around the tree, about, you know, neck to chest high, something close to that. Go ahead and just pull it through that loop, like such, and go ahead and cinch it to the tree because this is, you know, gonna hold your weight. Then you go find you a stick. Now, from experience, this isn't just any old stick. Don't just reach down and grab a rotten twig. I fell a few times doing something stupid like that, just getting in a hurry, you know. This stick I know is gonna be good because this is Osage orange, and that stuff is like iron. So anyway, just pick you a good hardwood, something that it's hard to break, you know, over your knee per se. And I just take a piece of strap. This is a piece of 1-inch strap, and I stick my hand in it, fold it over my hand like so. Here, let me see if I can do this again. Basically, I'm wrapping it around my hand, twist my hand away, reach forward, and pull that through the loop. So I have another loop right here. And in doing so, I'm going to take this loop and go ahead and take the stick and stick it inside the loop. So when we pull down on that, that creates an anchor point. So you guys can see it there maybe. An anchor point in the strap. I'll go ahead and pull this out so you can see how easy it is to pull out. I mean, you can put as much tension on that as you want, and it's pretty easy to pull out. But you just pull this top part back a little bit to open up the hole. The stick comes right out, and the knot, just pull on it, comes right out. So we can, you know, it makes it easier, so we can just pull it right out. Anyway, like I said, wrap it around your hand, reach inside, and pull it through. Go ahead and stick the stick back through it. If you haven't noticed, I love hammocks. Not that I've owned a ton of them, but man, it's the best sleep you're ever gonna get. So anyway, just go ahead and pull that tight, guys. Now we've got it in there, ain't going nowhere. And then we'll go ahead and grab my hammock here. When I roll my hammock up inside of the bag, I only roll one half at a time, so the other half is still in the bag. And I can just drop that down, it ain't gonna go anywhere. Let's see what I got here. Alright guys, so this here, these are the woopie slings that I got from Brian that you've probably seen in another video. And he's one of the guys you've probably noticed in my Pathfinder gathering video. He's one of the ones that was doing the hand drill fire. Pretty cool guy. Actually, there's lots of cool guys in the bushcraft community. But anyway, this is am steel. I'd love to get some, you know, some more of this on my hands, but instead of having the original cordage that they had on the hammock itself, I took this Amsteel and replaced the original cordage that it had, because the original hammock, the double nester, comes with like a black hank of cord on there with a carabiner, and what this does is it cuts down the weight of the hammock. But as you can see, I just took the looped in, fed it through the hammock, and then pulled the rest of the rope through, and then just pulled it tight. So this is what's connected to my hammock at all times. This is already in the bag. And the rest of it here, usually I don't use most of the hank. It's just tied up in a little hank on it. And that'll just drop down if I wanted it to. But anyway, these woopie slings are way cool for a hammock. I suggest them to anybody. But I just take this loop right here, stick it over top of your stick. And the key to this here, guys, is to not rest this loop of cordage on the stick itself. Here, let me get you up closer so you can see this maybe. Don't rest it on the stick itself right here. You can see this knotted area here. Go up higher and rest it on the knot, because that jams it. So it jams this knot right here on the toggle to the toggle. So you want to wrap that around that. Now, this stick can turn on you. It doesn't really matter. This part doesn't matter, but you can see we just stuck it over the stick. Let me do that one more time for you. Try to put this back for you. Here you go. Yeah. Sorry, guys. There you go. Anyway, simple. We have our toggle here. We just slip it over top of it. Oh, my hand was in the way again, huh? Set this directly on top of the knot. Just, you know, you can squeeze it up here, slide it straight down. So we're sitting on top of that piece. Very important part of it, trust me. I've had this slip before. I like to find things out the hard way. I don't know why. Anyway, I got this side done. I'm gonna do the other side. You don't need to see the other side because it isn't any different than this side. Well, as you guys can see, my hammock's very low to the ground, and if I were to get in it right now, well, I would be sitting on the ground. I'll go ahead and show you that just so you can see. I'm only showing you this, that way I can show you how the tensioning system on the woopie slings work. It's so cool, guys. Anyway, because I know I'm going to touch the ground, this is going to be kind of awkward. But anyway, there we go. Well, guys, I'll take you over to the woopie slings and show you how that works so we can tighten this up and raise ourselves up off the ground. So guys, here is the woopie sling. This is the cool part about it, is the string goes up, goes around the toggle, and comes right back through the center of the string and about this far of the section of it, and then back down. And here's where the droop is, or the leftover slack of the string. And what's nice about this string is it's basically got a built-in wick, per se. If it rains, there's less cordage here. The cordage is so small, there's less cordage here, but if it does collect on it and starts running down it, because it will always run down your string whenever it rains, it'll run down this string and want to wick down this one that droops. Just naturally, gravity wants to wick it down. So this droops down to the ground, or your water bottle, guys. You could do that if you'd like. And that helps keep the water from wicking back to your hammock. Well, and of course, in a torrential downpour, there is still that likelihood that the end of your hammock will get wet, guys. So, you know, we try our best to get at least a big enough tarp to cover the top and even further out past the end of your hammock here. So, but let me show you how this tensioning works. You just grab the string right where the berry drops out, pull the bottom string up. See the hammock come up already? Cool stuff, guys. Told you you'd like it. And this stuff acts like a Chinese finger, so it automatically just grips around that string and tightens it up. Of course, we're already up above the camera now, but and I'll show you how to loosen that back up, guys. I'll get you a closer look. Here, kind of help you visually see it because you can't hardly see it. But this little bead, per se, is in there, so when the hammock's down, you don't accidentally pull the string into. Well, you won't pull it all the way in there, but you could jam it in there where it'll be hard to get back out. So that's what this little bead's in there for. But anyway, we can set that off to the side. This is where the split is. You just take the string right here where the split is and pull down on it, and this loosens it up. See that one more time? This is where the split is. Grab it, pull on it to loosen it back down. There you go, guys. That's the woopie sling. These things are so cool. You definitely got to get a pair. If you don't have a pair, I mean, you don't need them. Obviously, I didn't used to have a set of these, but man, for the weight of these things are rated, I can't remember what the weight rating is on this, but it's equal to or greater than its same diameter in steel cable. Pretty impressive, right? Well, anyway, I'm gonna go rest in the hammock for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go set up my birthday gift that I got from my mom and dad. So guys, there it is. Show you what I got. I do have a piece of paracord as of right now. I'd like to get a piece of am steel for this, but I use it for a ridge line, and I just looped it around one end of the hammock to the other, just right at the tips of the hammock itself. But yeah, did I ever say that I love hammock camping? This pocket right here works great for sticking things in. Sometimes I even will throw one of my shoes in it to kind of use it as weight. So you can see this back kind of flapping around from the wind or whatnot. Stick my keys in there because I don't like laying in the hammock with a bunch of things in my pockets or whatnot. And I always got tons of stuff in my pockets. So anyway, I'll do that. And the ridge line, I hook stuff on this ridge line all the time. So it's not a big problem. These things make great lounging chairs just to relax, you know, for camp or wherever. Even sometimes I'll set this thing up at home. Very relaxing. I mean, in my opinion, why would you ever want to sleep on the ground? Oh, another thing I wanted to point out. Karen, you said that you're a side sleeper. Well, let me tell you what. I sleep on my side in mine all the time. It's actually quite comfortable. As you notice in my hammock here, I like this ridge line for a number of reasons. Not only for if I needed to set up a quick shelter, per se, or you know, a tarp on it if I want to. You know, most of the time I don't set one on there if I'm pretty sure it's not going to rain. I don't like that, you know, claustrophobic feel, per se. I like the open air, and when you wake up, all you see, the trees in the sky. But anyway, I was going to show you the sleeping on your side. This phone, yeah, I clip it up there too. But yeah, you can sleep on your side just as easy. It's so comfortable. I usually sleep in here with a pillow, or throw something in there. I mean, you could take your clothes and throw it underneath your head. I don't know. I'm just so used to sleeping with a pillow at home that it's more comfortable that way for me. But yeah, sleeping on your side, very comfortable, and the hammock actually lays very flat if you get that swoop correct. You know, I don't like laying the hammock string tight, and that's why I like this ridge line also. It kind of helps keep that uniform dip in the hammock for me. Of course, the angle that you set your ropes at helps also. But yeah, you can sleep on your side. You know, I've never tried sleeping on my belly, but there's no better day to try that than right now, I guess. some people say they're stomach sleepers. I personally don't sleep on my stomach. Yeah, that's probably not exactly idea. I've seen that Mitch over at Native, what is it? Native Survival, something like that. He says that he sleeps on his stomach, and I don't know how he does it, man. He must have a limber back in order to arch his back like such. But he said he sits like this or sleeps like this, and feeds the fire per se, but not for me. Anyway, guys, there's the Eno double nester. I've never owned the single, so I couldn't tell you about that, and I actually haven't owned very many hammocks. But I got this one for my birthday last year, I think it was. I've been extremely happy with it. Extremely happy. It's held up great. Like I said, I did that one mod with the woopie slings on it, thanks to Brian. Yeah. Try you guys out a hammock. I sleep in them in the dead of winter. I love it. Wouldn't want to sleep on the ground. To me, it's colder. I don't know how some of you guys do it. Put you a nice tarp over this thing, block the wind, and it virtually holds all your heat. Of course, you want to put you some kind of underquilt under there, but like I've said before many a times, the wind is what cools your body. It's through like a convection, or whatever you want to call that. So even on these warmer days at night with a lot of wind, the underside of these hammocks can get fairly cool, and I like that. I mean, for summer, like right now, today is going to be in the hundreds or so. The bottom side of the hammock will feel kind of cool to you, even if you start to kind of sweat. Obviously, you're going to be in the shade more than likely because you're going to be underneath some trees. Setting your hammock up near edge of a wood line will offer you more wind more than likely, because it'll allow the wind to come into the wood line just slightly. Those seem to be the cooler spots for me, at least, instead of going deep into the woods. Yep. I'm going to do a separate video here for the hammock showing my birthday present for this year from my parents. Got a bug net. It's called the Guardian, and it's made by Eno also. I have never set it up. This will be the first time. Please go check out that video. I usually use a bug net, but it's one that just actually drapes over the top of this thing. It's made for a hammock, but it's a military style. I don't think they wanted infantry, for say, in a hammock where they couldn't get back out real easily. So that one's open, and you can just flip right out real easily. And it blocks most of the bugs, but just doesn't quite catch them all. Anyway, go check that video out, guys. Take care.